Good day, grade 12 learners. Welcome to today's tourism lesson. My name is Lumka Mtsotyelwa. This lesson is brought to you by the Northern Cape Department of Education in collaboration with Pagama Research and Development. Grade 12 learners, we are still on our revision. Today we are going to revise culture and heritage. Culture and heritage is taken from section C, question 5. So this is what we are going to be talking about today. In section C, what you need to know at the end of the lesson is that you will be able to give description of all the World Heritage Sites. So meaning that when we're talking culture and heritage, we're talking all the World Heritage Sites that you have done in class that are in South Africa. So you must be able to describe all of them, all of these World Heritage Sites. You will remember, grade 12 learners, that we did 10 World Heritage Sites, but we have new World Heritage Sites, 2 new World Heritage Sites, but we're still on the 10 World Heritage Sites in South Africa. So apart from the description of the World Heritage Sites, grade 12 learners, then you must know the location on the map. If you are given a South African map, will you be able to locate all these World Heritage Sites? But before you can do that, it means now, grade 12 learners, you will need to know the map of South Africa, the provinces where they are located, so that you are able to locate these World Heritage Sites. But I know you will be able to do that, grade 12 learners. And you must also know how they meet UNESCO's criteria. Remember, there is 10 criteria that has been used by UNESCO to declare each and every World Heritage Site. So for each of these World Heritage Sites, you must know what is the criteria that was used to describe these World Heritage Sites. This topic, grade 12 learners, is taken from page 9 and 10 of our examination guideline. Remember, the examination guideline is what is guiding us on exactly what needs to be studied and what needs to be taught. Grade 12 learners, now you can see that section C is tourism attractions, culture and heritage, and also marketing. These are the 3 topics that are in section C out of 50 marks, meaning that this 50 marks now is coming from all these topics that you see here. Now, grade 12 learners, for the examination tips, you must make sure that you are well prepared for your exams. It is very important for you to be well prepared for the exams. You must be well rested. Read questions carefully, please. Understand what the action verb requires. If you have to describe, you have to explain, you have to motivate, you have to identify all those action verbs. You must know what exactly they require from you. Express your ideas or your answers clearly so that you are able to get the marks. You must remember, grade 12 learners, during the final marking of your papers, you are not going to be marked by your teachers who are marking you during the year. You are going to be marked by the people who never taught you. It is important that when you express your ideas, when you express your answers, you express them very clear so that you get the mark. Check how many aspects are required. If maybe you have to give out of 2 marks, the answer is out of 2 marks, the answer is out of 4 marks, then you need to check, is it 2 marks per answer or 1 mark per answer? So you need to check all of those. The other thing, grade 12 learners, you must study all the World Heritage Sites. You must know their location on the map. I've already mentioned that it is important that when you go to this exam, you are well prepared for question 5, because in question 5, you are only going to be asked about the World Heritage Sites. Can you imagine, grade 12 learners, when now you go to the exam, maybe you didn't study the topic on culture and heritage. It means now you are going to struggle to answer question 5. So I know you are going to study well. Again, grade 12 learners, you must know which ones are cultural. I'm talking now about these World Heritage sites. Remember, some of them are cultural World Heritage sites, some are natural, and some are mixed. So you need to know that information as well. The years in which they were inscribed are not important. So you don't have to cram the years as to when this one became a World Heritage Site. That information is not important for you to cram. And also, the reason why each site was declared as a World Heritage Site is very important, because you need to know, if you're talking Robben Island, why was Robben Island declared a World Heritage Site? What significance does it have for the tourists and also for the South Africans? If you're talking of Komani, World Heritage Site, you need to know why it was even declared a World Heritage Site in the first place. So you need to know all that information. You must know all 10 UNESCO selection criteria, and you need to match the criteria with all these World Heritage Sites, because there is different criteria that has been used maybe to declare Robben Island. There is a different one to declare Isimangaliso Wetland Park. So you need to know which criteria or selection criteria was used to declare each of these World Heritage Sites. Be able to identify pictures of all the World Heritage Sites. I've seen that grade 12 learners in so many of your previous question papers. Most of these World Heritage sites are there as pictures. So you must be able to identify the picture of each of these World Heritage Sites, because sometimes you find that there is nothing that has been written. It is only the pictures, and then you identify the picture. Once you correctly identify the picture, you will be able to say something about that World Heritage Site. So all of this information, grade 12 learners, it is very important for the exams. Now we've come to the end of our exam tips, grade 12 learners. I hope you are going to do as we have explained. Now we're getting to the activity part of our lesson, whereby questions have been taken from the past papers. So this section C specifically has been taken from the November-December 2022 question paper. I did mention to you that this topic is on question 5, and the topic is culture and heritage. Now let's see. You're supposed to study the map below and answer the questions that follow. Here is the map, grade 12 learners. There is begin there, there is stop here, there is A, B, C, D, and E. So you can see the map. It is a South Africa's World Heritage Site, the topic. And also you see the map here. And then now let us look at the questions. In these questions, you're supposed to identify the World Heritage Sites described in question 1.1.1 up to 1.1.2 below. Write only the name of the World Heritage Site next to the question numbers 1.1.1 to 1.1.2 in the answer book. E.g. 1.5.6 Friede Fort Dome. Now, in 1.1.1, what are you expected to do now, grade 12 learners? You are expected to read all of this and then you give the answers afterwards. So 1.1.1, World Heritage Site A is associated with the golden rhinoceros. So what is the name of that World Heritage Site that is associated with the rhino, the golden rhino? I want to believe grade 12 learners already you know the answer. As we are busy with the lesson, as soon as you see the questions, can you please keep writing your answers so that when we get to the solution section, already you just marking yourself. So now, already you've written your correct answer here to say which of these World Heritage Sites. In fact, World Heritage Site A is associated with the golden rhino. What is the name, grade 12 learners, of that World Heritage Site? In 1.1.2, World Heritage Site B exposes tourists to ancient mountainous landscapes in Mpumalanga. In which province, grade 12 learners? In Mpumalanga. So you know there is only one World Heritage Site in Mpumalanga. Again, grade 12 learners, I want to believe that you have written the name of that World Heritage Site. On the map, it is World Heritage Site B, but now this World Heritage Site, it exposes tourists to ancient mountainous landscapes in Mpumalanga. I know that you have written the correct name of that World Heritage Site. 1.1.3 World Heritage Site C is South Africa's only mixed World Heritage Site. Grade 12 learners will remember that you've got cultural World Heritage Sites, you've got natural World Heritage Site. You also have one World Heritage Site out of the 10 that is a mixed World Heritage Site. And I know that you have written the correct answer even there. So what is the name of Site C or World Heritage Site C? What is the name there of this mixed World Heritage Site? Remember, this is a previous question paper, grade 12 learners, that we are revising. So we don't know what is coming in the question paper that you are going to write this year. So 1.1.4 World Heritage Site D displays evidence of the origins of mankind. Which of these 10 World Heritage Sites is actually telling us about the evolution of humankind or the origins of mankind? What is the name of that World Heritage Site, grade 12 learners? I know you know it. In 1.1.5, a former South African president was imprisoned at World Heritage Site E. What is the name of that World Heritage Site? So I want to believe that you got that 5 marks, grade 12 learners, because this was such an easy exercise for you to get all these answers. 5 marks is a lot in your question papers. It is very important that you make sure that you get all the answers. Let's go to the second part of the activity, grade 12 learners, whereby you're supposed to study the information below and answer the questions that follow. So it says Gems of the Northern Cape. And then you see that World Heritage Site. It is World Heritage Site A and World Heritage Site B. So you can see the province here. It is familiar to you, grade 12 learners. This is the Northern Cape province. It is so familiar to you. And then you also know that in the Northern Cape, you have 2 World Heritage Sites. I'm not going to name them because you're supposed to give me the answer when we get to the question. So this is the Northern Cape. I'm giving you a clue, grade 12 learners, and then it means you will have to identify now the 2 World Heritage Sites that are there in the Northern Cape. Let's look at the question. 2.1, identify World Heritage Site A and B in the pictures above. And you can see the marks. 4 marks is a lot for identifying 2 World Heritage Sites. So if you identify them incorrectly, it means now you're going to lose the 4 marks, which is something that we do not want. You must make sure that you identify them correctly. And you can see on the map, there is also the 2 World Heritage Sites on the map and the pictures. So it means that if you're looking at those 2 pictures, you are able to see which one is which between the 2 World Heritage Sites in the Northern Cape. 4 marks is a lot, grade 12 learners. In question 2.2, the San and the Nama people are associated with World Heritage Sites A and B. The San and the Nama people are associated with World Heritage Sites A and B. Give one reason why it is important to protect the culture of the San and the Nama people. Why is it important? Why is it important to protect the 2 cultures in the Northern Cape? 2.2.2, explain one way in which the San people showcase their culture to visitors in the area. How do they showcase their culture to the visitors in the area? 2.3, discuss one way in which the province benefits from the World Heritage Sites identified in 5.1. So meaning that now you know that the Northern Cape province has got 2 World Heritage Sites. But now in 2.3, we want to know how is the province actually benefiting from this World Heritage Sites. If a province has got World Heritage Sites, what are the benefits? The question is asking that. And this is 10 marks, guys. It is a lot of marks. Now, let us go to the solutions. Remember, the question for 1.1, you were required to give the name of the World Heritage Site that is associated with the golden rhino. So you've seen throughout, since you started beginning of the year doing this World Heritage Site, you have noticed that there is always this picture of a golden rhino. So that picture of a golden rhino, it is associated with Mapungubwe cultural landscape. You know that, grade 12 learners, and I want to believe that you got that 1 mark already. And then in 1.1.2, remember, you were supposed to identify a mountainous landscape World Heritage Site that is there in Mpumalanga, or that is located in Mpumalanga. I even said to you, we only have 1 World Heritage Site in Mpumalanga, and that 1 World Heritage Site in Mpumalanga, it is Babatin Makonjwa Mountain. So I know that already you are getting that 1 mark as well. And then in 1.1.3, you were supposed to identify a World Heritage Site in the KZN. That World Heritage Site is Maluti Drakensberg Park. And in 1.1.4, you were supposed to identify a World Heritage Site that is also associated, or that is talking to the origins of a humankind or origins of a mankind. And that will be fossil hominid sites of South Africa. Remember, guys, you are not going to write it as the cradle of humankind. There is a name change there. So you need to make sure that you remember that the cradle of humankind has been changed the name to fossil hominid sites of South Africa. And also in 1.1.5, you were supposed to identify a World Heritage Site that is associated with the struggle of Nelson Mandela and the other people who were imprisoned in this World Heritage Site. And that World Heritage Site happened to be Robben Island. That is why I said this 5 marks, guys, is just a giveaway. I know that everyone has managed to get this 5 marks. When you are marking yourself. And also in 2.1, you were given a map. And then in that map, there were 2 pictures in the Northern Cape and also a map of a map of South Africa where Northern Cape was shaded. So you were supposed to give the names of the 2 World Heritage Sites that are there in the Northern Cape province. So World Heritage Site A is Komani Cultural Landscape, and it is 2 marks, guys. 2 marks is a lot. And also the second one is Richtersveld Cultural and Botanical Landscape. So meaning that now, even in the question paper, grade 12 learners, you are learning from these revision lessons that you must be able to identify the pictures, and then sometimes you will be able to explain the World Heritage Site itself. Why was it declared a World Heritage Site in the first place? So it is important that for each and every province, you know which World Heritage Site is there. And you will also notice that some of the provinces, they have 2 World Heritage Sites. Western Cape has got 2, KZN has got 2 World Heritage sites, Northern Cape has got 2 World Heritage sites, and then the rest of the provinces, they have one of these World Heritage sites. So you need to know which provinces they've got 2, and what is the location now on the map. That can also be confusing. I remember there was a question whereby learners were supposed to identify the 2 World Heritage sites in the Western Cape. And remember, in the Western Cape, it is the Cape Floral region of protected areas and also Robben Island. But now, the way they were labeled on the map, it was difficult for the learners to actually know which one is Robben Island and which one is the Cape Floral region of protected areas. So what I'm trying to say to you, grade 12 learners, now is that you must know the location. If you are noticing on the map, the one that we are busy with now, Komani is at the top and then Richtersveld is at the bottom. So you need to know the exact location of each of these World Heritage sites on the map. Question 2.2, grade 12. The culture of the San and Nama should be protected for the future generations to experience traditions and culture of the San and also the Nama people. Remember, the question was saying, why is it important to protect the culture of the San and also the culture of the Nama people? Remember, grade 12 learners, in this day and age, like if you can check the whole country, the Northern Cape is the province that is still giving us that life of the Nama people and also the San people. So that life is still conserved in those in that province. So it is important that it is protected for the future generations to experience these traditions and also the culture of the San people and also the Nama people. I will remember at some stage whereby the Nama people, they actually came to the union buildings to protest, to say they want their language to come back. They want more schools whereby learners are going to learn in their own language. So they felt it is only few people who are speaking the language and few schools whereby the language is still taught. So they actually protesting to say, we want our language to be protected. So if our learners can do this language in large numbers, they can be able to protect the language. So it is very important that we protect our culture. And also protection for future generations. The whole idea here, grade 12 learners, we don't want to experience things, maybe this current generation to experience these cultures, but the future generation does not know about them. So everything that we are protecting in most cases, it is because we do not want to compromise the future generation. If the Nama people are still living their nomadic life, and the current generation is able to experience that, what about the future generation? We want the future generation to also learn about these things, about these cultures, practice them if they have to, and know their origins in most cases. So it is very important. And then question 2.2, they take tourists on hunting expeditions and show them how to wreck the animals. Those are the Nama people. They're still doing that. Remember, they're still living their nomadic life. So the nomadic life whereby they still hunt, they still gather whatever they want to eat. So it is important that they also try to teach the tourists that come to their area so that they also be able to see how do they hunt, show them how to wreck the animals, because it is a learning curve for the tourists to actually learn what the Nama people and the San people are still doing in these two attractions or World Heritage sites. The visitors are taken on a tour and are exposed to their simple way of living, their traditions and culture. So this is still interesting, grade 12 learners. Remember, some of us, we live in the townships whereby we don't get to see exactly the real life of the people, like the Nama people and the San people. So if you go to the Northern Cape province, you are able to learn. You are able to go on a tour and you are exposed to the simple way of life of the Nama and the San people, and also you are exposed to their traditions. You are also exposed to their culture, and you learn in the process as a tourist. So that is why the question was, why is it important to actually keep these World Heritage sites in the Northern Cape? It is because they're actually teaching people something that they can take with them and say, you know what, I've been to the Northern Cape and this is what I've learned about the Nama people and also the San people in the Northern Cape. 2.3, what are the benefits? The question was about the benefits of having the World Heritage Site. So now, Northern Cape Province has got 2 World Heritage Sites. Since now the province has got 2 World Heritage Sites, the question was, what are the benefits? Are they benefiting anything? What do you think, grade 12 learners? Is there anything that the province, you can tell me something better? Is your province actually benefiting from these 2 World Heritage Sites that you have, guys, in your province? The answer is yes. You are benefiting from the 2 World Heritage Sites. Why are we saying that? Number one, there is greater publicity for the province. The people who are in Gauteng, the people who are in the Western Cape, the people in the Eastern Cape and KZN, Limpopo, and the other province, they know there is 2 World Heritage Sites in the Northern Cape. So it means now that makes the province to be popular. It makes the province to be known. That is why we are saying there is greater publicity for the province. We now know Northern Cape. If maybe it wasn't because of these World Heritage Sites, we were not going to know what is it that you can learn in the Northern Cape when you go to the Richtersveld World Heritage Site and also Komani World Heritage Site. And then again, grade 12 learners, there is revenue that is generated that can be used to upgrade and maintain the infrastructure. Can you imagine now? What are we talking about now when we're talking about the revenue that is generated? Remember, since now, in fact, the Northern Cape has got these 2 World Heritage Sites, tourists will not only go to these 2 World Heritage Sites, but tourists will use the other businesses, your restaurants, your accommodation establishments. There's filling stations there, guys. There's a lot of businesses that will actually benefit from the tourists that are coming in. And then now that money is now generated, or that revenue is now generated in the province, meaning that the people now who are owning those businesses in the province are actually making money out of the tourists that are visiting the 2 World Heritage Sites, because now there is other businesses that the tourists get to use when they are in that province, the Northern Cape province. So now, at the end of the day, that revenue that is generated is going to be used now to upgrade and maintain the infrastructure. And at the end of the day now, grade 12 learners, everyone benefits. The people in the local community, they also benefit. Why are they benefiting? Because the infrastructure now that they are using, it is the infrastructure that is actually there in the province. Tourists will never take the infrastructure away with them. They use the infrastructure and they leave it in the local communities. So it means now everyone at the end of the day benefits. Benefit from what? From having those 2 World Heritage Sites. Again, there is financial benefits for the province. Product owners and service providers, they benefit because they're selling Some they selling the product, some they services. So the tourists are actually paying to make use of those services and the product. So at the end of the day, the product owners are making money, the service providers are also making money. So there is a lot of multiplier effect that is taking place in a province that has got these World Heritage sites. So it is a bonus, guys, for these provinces to have these World Heritage sites, because at the end of the day, there is benefit. Decrease in unemployment, poverty, and crime. You can imagine, tourists come to the area. Sometimes they pay to enter these World Heritage sites, depending if there is an entrance fee. Even if they don't pay to enter the World Heritage sites, but they still use the other businesses, the product owners that have been mentioned here, and also the service providers, they pay to use them. So when they're paying, it is obvious, Grade 12 learners, there are people who are working there. There are South Africans, there are people from the province, the Northern Cape province, who are working in this World Heritage site. So that will decrease the unemployment and also the poverty, because once you have a salary, I mean, it helps to uplift the standard of living. It also helps to other people not to be found doing so many criminal activities, because now they are busy with something. At the end of the day, now they have the salary, and then the salary will make them to work before they can get it. And also that is actually helping them not to be involved or to engage in criminal activities in the local communities. So you can imagine, guys, it is so powerful to actually have these World Heritage sites in our provinces. It also creates jobs and entrepreneurial opportunities, which will improve their standard of living. So in the process, jobs are created because people are being employed. People are being employed because many tourists are actually coming to see these World Heritage sites. And also some people, remember guys, it is not everybody who will be working for somebody, but there are people who are actually become entrepreneurs, yes. They become entrepreneurs in the tourism industry, and those people, they selling things to the tourists and they getting money. That is going to help to improve their standard of living. So this is very powerful, Grade 12 learners. I want to believe that when you get to this topic, you are going to learn how you are going to study all the 10 World Heritage sites, because in the final exam, we don't really know which ones are going to be in the question paper, because we can see in this question paper here, it is only the 2 World Heritage sites in the Northern Cape province. So we don't know. Maybe in the final exam, it is going to be Western Cape, KZN, Limpopo, Free State, Mpumalanga, all the other provinces that have got these World Heritage sites. That is why I am saying to you, it is very important that you study the topic thoroughly, Grade 12 learners, because we don't know which of these World Heritage sites will be there in the final question paper. So it will help you to actually study all of them. And then I have a homework here for you, Grade 12 learners. And I want to believe that the homework that we always give to you, you are doing them, because they will help at the end of the day. And then these homework activities are also taken from the previous question papers. You can see this one is taken from the December 2023 question paper. You can check that question paper as well if you have it. You are supposed now to study the information below and answer the questions that follow. South Africa's fabulous flowers and fynbos. Once I say flowers and fynbos, already my learner is supposed to tell me what is the name of this World Heritage site. I'm talking about flowers. I'm also talking about fynbos. What is the name of the World Heritage site out of the 10 that you did? In 5.1.1, why question 5, grade 12 learners? Because culture and heritage in section C is in question 5 of your question paper. So I didn't want to change anything. I just wanted you to do it as question 5. So in 5.1.1, you're supposed to identify the World Heritage Site in the picture above. Remember, it talks about flowers and paintballs. So if it talks about flowers and paintballs, what is the name of that World Heritage Site? By naming the World Heritage Site only, grade 12 learners, it is 2 marks. Very important, guys, that you get it correct. 5.1.2, complete the sentence below. The World Heritage Site identified in 5.1.1 can be classified as a dash site. Remember, we have spoke about cultural, we have spoke about natural and also mixed. So this one, you can tell me from those 3 options, what is the answer, the correct answer. 5.1.3, name the province where the World Heritage Site above is located. 5.1.4, you must name one other World Heritage Site in the province identified in question 5.1.3. Now, grade 12 learners, if you are looking at this homework, if you do not know the province, the names, in fact, of these World Heritage Sites, and also the provinces where they are located, chances are you cannot get anything from this homework. Because this homework, when you do it, you are not supposed to use a textbook. You're just supposed to recall whatever that you did in class. So you can imagine if you are in the exam now and this question is in front of you in the exam. If you cannot identify or you do not know these World Heritage Sites and also you don't know their provinces, you can lose marks in this question, because you can see in 5.1.3, you're supposed to name the province where the World Heritage Site that you have named in number 1, 5.1.1. So if you don't know that World Heritage Site, obviously you are not going to know the province, and also you are not going to be able to give one other World Heritage Site because you do not know the province itself. So it means now, when you're studying these World Heritage Sites, grade 12 learners, you need to have the names, the provinces, the types, whereby you will say cultural, natural, or mixed. So you need to know all that information. Once you are done doing that, it means now you need to take the map of South Africa and be able to write each and every one of these World Heritage Sites on the map, so that in case you are given a map in the question paper, you are also able to locate them on the map. But most importantly, you must know which provinces have got 2 of these World Heritage Sites. So this is the homework, grade 12 learners, and I want to believe you are going to do it alone, because you are practicing, you are revising. So this is going to help if you just do it alone and mark yourself at the end of the day. Remember, this is the grade 12 question paper, November, December 2023. In 5.2, it is a continuation of this homework. The criterion below was used to declare the site in question 5.1.1 as a World Heritage Site. So this criterion, the property, it says the property is considered of outstanding universal value for representing ongoing ecological and biological processes associated with the evolution of the unique fynbos biomes. Now, in 5.2.1, you're supposed to explain one value of the unique fynbos biome in attracting tourists to the area. You see now, so the World Heritage Site that we're supposed to mention in 5.1.1, This is the criteria that has been used to declare it as a World Heritage Site. Now, this is the question whereby you are supposed to explain one value of the unique fynbos biome in attracting tourists to the area. Remember, when we're talking of this fynbos biome, we're talking about something that can only grow in this province. So if it can only grow in this province, what is the value? It is unique. You can imagine, it is unique. It cannot be found anywhere. So as unique as it is, now you need to explain the value of the unique fynbos in attracting tourists to the area. So I know we are going to answer that question before you can even go to the memo for 2023 or the solutions for 2023. You need to mark yourself first. I know you have, though in fact you are able to download those memo, but can you please download after you have marked yourself, after doing this homework, grade 12 learners. In this topic, we have done this World Heritage Site. It is a mountainous landscape in Mpumalanga. Already, I want to believe that you are able to see the picture of this World Heritage Site. So this is Babatsin Makonjwa Mountains in Mpumalanga. In the question paper, grade 12 learners, it is not going to come as a colored picture, but it will come as a black and white picture. So you must be able to identify even if it comes as a black and white picture. And then maybe you can tell me this one. In your province, I know you can do better than me, grade 12 learners. So this is Richtersveld, and this one is Komani, World Heritage Site in the Northern Cape. And this is the golden rhino that we're supposed to identify. So meaning that now in the question papers, I've given you these pictures in this summary because I actually wanted you to take a closer look at this World Heritage Site, the pictures of this World Heritage Site, so that when you get to the question papers, you are comfortable enough to answer the questions because you will be able to identify the pictures clearly. So this is the golden rhino, guys, that is associated with the World Heritage Site in Limpopo, and that World Heritage Site is Mapungubwe Cultural Landscape. And you must know the history behind this golden rhino, grade 12 learners. And also there is Table Mountain there. So by virtue of you looking at the Table Mountain just behind these flowers, I want to believe that you are able to see the name of this World Heritage Site in the Western Cape province. So this is the Cape Floral Region protected areas in the Western Cape, grade 12 learners. So I want to believe these are only 5 and we did 10. So the other 5 World Heritage Sites, I want to believe that you will be able to identify their pictures as well when you see them in the question paper. That one is also very important. We've come to the end of our lesson. The lesson was brought by the Northern Cape Department of Education in collaboration with Pagama Research and Development. My name is Lumkam Tsokelwa. Grade 12 learners, goodbye.